and I'm here with my co-host Eric James, and we are interviewing Brian Edenholm, a counselor here at the school. How are you?
Very good. How are you doing?
I'm good. So my first question is, because you are the school counselor, what made you want to become a counselor?
Back in high school, I went to Marysville Pilchuck, sorry, but when I was a junior, I took a psychology class that interested me. Also, when I was a junior, my dad broke his back, and my mom had an episode of mania. So that kind of, well, I was kind of by myself. I had to raise myself for that year, basically. But I got a lot of help from my counselors back then, Miss Fisher and Mr. Thomas. And Mr. Thomas is still a counselor over at MP right now, and Mr. Stokes. So it kind of stayed with me, and I always wanted to be a counselor and try and help people. So.
Okay. What kind of influence would you say, other than also you becoming a counselor, like what else did they influence you in?
Okay, so Miss Fisher, she was actually my next door neighbor. She taught me how to swim.
Oh, wow.
I've known her since I was born. Mr. Thomas was my basketball coach from 8th grade. Yeah, he was my 8th grade basketball coach, and then I think he was football coach assistant later on. Stokes was basketball coach and football coach. So I knew them pretty well back in high school, and I talked to them a bunch. And I kept in touch with them. And then when I came back for becoming the counselor, I actually did my internship with them also. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was that internship at Pilchuck?
Yeah, it was at Pilchuck.
Oh.
I did 2 years there. So that's back about 14, 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
What jobs, or what did you do as an intern?
As an intern, basically it was the same thing. I had like a 20-person caseload. I'd call kids in, see how they're doing, talk to them, stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty fun.
Okay. I heard you played basketball and you learned how to swim, and so it sounds like you're like athletic.
I used to be, not so much anymore, but I haven't played sports as much as I like to. I also used to coach soccer. I coached basketball for my kids and stuff. I actually coached basketball when I was a junior in high school. I played school ball from 7th grade to 11th grade. I quit when I was a junior. Kind of at the same time when my mom had mania and my dad broke his back and all that stuff.
Right.
But I played school ball with Chapin and a whole bunch of other people. Because we have more than one person. But and loved sports. We had really good teams. We went undefeated our 7th, 8th, 9th grade years. And then we got split up because some went up to varsity, some went up to JV.
Okay.
And some stayed with the 10th grade team and stuff. So, but it was fun. Love sports.
Nice.
Did you do any other sports while you were in high school?
I did basketball. I did track. I did tennis, football. When I was 7th grade, I did basketball and wrestling the same season.
Oh, how did that work?
It was okay. I wasn't really a wrestling guy. I didn't like hurting people, really. And one of my first matches, we were going and I did something to him and I kind of hurt him, so I didn't like that. I didn't feel good about it, so wrestling wasn't really my thing.
Okay. And I also heard that you coached your kids.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
2.
2.
I've got a daughter, Kaylee. She is 20 years old now, almost 21, coming up next month. My son is 23. Coached him in basketball, and then I assist with soccer. But I never played soccer before, so I didn't really know soccer that well. But I did coach my daughter's teams just because they didn't really like their coach, and I would help out with that too. And
Okay.
for some reason the kids like me, so.
Well, you're really funny. Nice.
Good try.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'd still like crazy. My son played for Washington Rush. So I'd just watch their practices and steal from them like crazy. Do whatever drills they did with the girls and stuff. We had some good teams.
Good.
We had some not so good teams. But it was fun.
Yeah, I know that my dad actually, he coached me on a soccer team once. I don't know if it was a good thing or not, because like it's an advantage having your dad being the coach and not, and sometimes it's not.
Yeah, sometimes we're harder on our kids.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't know, my kids liked it, but I'm sure sometimes they did, because, you know,
Yeah.
you expect more from them and stuff, and sometimes you're harder on them.
Right.
But,
Which sport did you enjoy coaching most?
well, I knew basketball, so soccer was hard. They were both good because I had my kids, you know, so I probably was a lot more comfortable with basketball. Soccer, it's like, okay, I'll coach it like I think it should be, which was basically I did basketball while doing soccer. So, you know, for defense, I'd be telling them where the ball is, you man, so you just watch your ball and the man and stuff, and then stop it, you know, slide your feet, all that stuff. For offense on soccer, I'd be, at first, later on, I got it so that they bring it to the side and bring it up and then cross. But at first, I was going, okay, drive down the middle, and then have your corners come in, and then just pass it off to whoever's open.
Right.
But I don't know if that was the best either. Again, I didn't really know what I was doing in soccer. I needed you to come help me out. So.
Yeah. But I feel like if you're starting off, you're kind of just mainly going to like the main topic of the game. Like in soccer, you just go to the goal. That's the main thing. But as you get older and you start learning more, it gets a lot more technical.
Yeah. I liked working on passing and stuff, distributing the ball and such, and spacing and stuff. I wish I would have known more of the ball control and stuff, because I think that could have helped them a lot.
Right.
But didn't really know. I tried.
Yeah. All right, we'll continue talking about sports in a minute. We're going to transition to a segment about who is the nicest person.
I'm not as
I'm presidential. You're like the not even vice president. You're like okay.
dude,
actually,
today someone told me I was the nicest person in the world and made my day.
Well, obviously they haven't met me because I'm clearly the nicest person to ever be in existence.
Yeah, no. I honestly am the nicest person in this room, in this whole school, in the planet. Like, I'm nicer than you.
Well, remember the other day when I held the door open for like 3 minutes as you slowly walked through it? I was standing out there in the freezing cold.
Thanks, Zach. Oh yeah? Well, remember that time you forgot to do your homework, and so I offered to do it for you, and I did it, and then I gave it to you, and you got an A on your homework assignment?
Oh my gosh. I don't even understand this assignment or what it's about.
Did you even do the homework?
No? I'm so confused. Oh my gosh, Celine, check it out. I got an A.
You're welcome!
Well, remember that one time that you were just sick and tired of school one day? So I pulled the fire alarm for you.
I really don't want to be here today.
You know, there just might be something I could do to help with that.
Hi, welcome back. Once again, I'm Celine, and this is my co-host, Eric James, and we're here with Brian Edenholm, the school counselor. Before we left on break, we were talking about sports that you've coached, you've played. So I kind of want to transition back to the counseling. What process did you have to take in school to become a counselor?
Oh, okay. So first you have to do, of course, you have to get your high school degree. Then you go in and you have to do your BA. It can be in pretty much anything. It's better if you have it as a teaching degree and stuff, so you have some experience in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, you need to go get a master's in guidance and counseling.
Okay.
So that's a 2-year. So basically, your BA is 4 years. It's another 2 to 3 years for your master's, and they go over, how to deal with pretty much most stuff. But in all reality, most of the stuff you learn on the job,
Okay.
like scheduling, like a lot of stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. What school did you go to?
For my BA, it was Western,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was working for the state during the week full time. So I went to City University of Seattle for my master's in guidance and counseling.
Okay.
Because they could work on the weekends
Mhm.
for that.
How did you enjoy Western?
It was awesome.
Really?
It was amazing, yeah. I would highly suggest it. Freshman and sophomore year, I lived in the dorms. Yeah, I had a good time.
Nice.
It was a lot of fun.
I'm planning to go to EVCC for the next few years,
Nice.
but after that, I'm planning to transfer to Western, so that's
Nice.
good to hear.
Yeah, Western was great. I'd suggest living in the dorms at least 1 year
Okay.
because you meet tons of people and stuff, and it's really interesting to live with another person that you've never known before. It's quite the educational opportunity. Plus, you really do meet a ton of people,
Mm-hmm.
and it's nice. A lot of different contacts. I still have about 20 people or so that I see when I talk to from Western and stuff. And that's from, 24 years ago, 25?
Oh, wow.
Somewhere around there, 24.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Nice.
Was there a different, because you went to Western and that's a big campus university. What was the transition into like a city university?
Oh, the city one?
Yeah.
City was just, we had a cohort of about 10 people that were in classes all the time. And then we'd go into other classes where sometimes there'd be another extra 10 or 15 people. So it was kind of nice because you had your 10 that you knew. You became pretty close with them and stuff, and you guys would always study and help each other out. Whereas Western, some of my classes were small like that too, but there was a lot of them where there's like about 100 to 400 people in the
Oh.
class, My first psych
Jeez.
class is in a big dorm, not dorm, but big hall-like thing, where they do the lectures up front and stuff. About 200, 300 kids. Sociology, same thing, about 500 kids.
Oh, wow.
Anthropology, about 300 kids and stuff. But then, as I got going and stuff, my later psychology classes were about 25 kids, all of them and stuff. So
That's good.
it was pretty simple.
Yeah.
It was nice.
What would you say is one of your favorite memories at Western?
At Western,
Or in your
it was-
college life?
Okay, so at Western was more social of the two.
Mhm.
City was pretty much just because I've got kids, I've got work, I've got internship, and I've got school.
Mhm.
So I'm just going crazy, busy all the time.
Right.
At Western, probably the biggest thing, or funnest thing was, the after-school camaraderie, the after-school functions, social gatherings
Okay.
and stuff.
Oh.
Which was tough. It was fun. The other thing too, they had like what's called a Red Square dance at the very beginning of the school year.
Okay.
Like the first 3 days before school starts, and there's thousands of people in the Red Square, which is red brick, and it's got a little water place with the falls and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And you just have all these people there meeting each other and dancing. It was tons of fun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was great.
Is that just an event that's held just to meet people, or?
Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
At the beginning of the year and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was nice. And then also the intramurals and stuff. We played softball and such. Our our dorm. I was over at, the first year I was at Kappa, and then we moved over to Fairhaven.
Mm-hmm.
And at Fairhaven, our co-ed softball team, which I'm not good at softball at all.
It's
I'm
okay. I'm not either.
But we won the championship for the league.
Oh, wow.
So it was tons of fun. And it was co-ed, so it was even more fun.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Co-ed sports are fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was nice.
Okay, my next question. Okay, as a counselor, what schools have you been a counselor at?
Oh, so I interned at MP, not too many really. MP, then I went to Arts and Tech, and I was there for 8 years or so.
Oh, wow.
And then I would also help out at 10th Street
Okay.
and Heritage
Oh, okay, yeah.
High School over there. And then I came over here in ISC the other 5.
So it sounds like you've stayed in Marysville
Yeah, I've been
your
in
life.
Marysville the whole time.
Yeah. Do you like it a lot?
Yeah. Well, I grew up here.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually in Bellingham for 6 years, and then my parents started getting a little bit older and a little bit more fragile, started getting sick and stuff, so we had to move back to help out with them. Excuse me, my voice is going out. So I did that, and then I worked for the state for a while. Then I went back to school, and then caught on here for counseling.
Mm-hmm. What's one of the weirdest situations you've been in as a counselor?
Oh, jeez. Weirdest. There's so many different ones because you guys all have different stuff that's going on.
Right.
But usually the ones that aren't the funnest are when you have to bring in CPS, or you have to talk to a community service worker and stuff about stuff that's going on at home. But there's a lot of awesome ones too, where you guys get into the colleges and stuff and all that things. Also, there's like doing the scholarships and stuff, doing the FAFSAs. It's different every day.
Mhm.
It's pretty nice, really.
Nice. All right. Well, let's talk about students and life. We have a segment called The Weird Kid. So we'll be back with you in a moment.
Are you just asking to be beat up right now, honestly?
What do you mean?
I'm just gonna beat you up because you're dancing, honestly.
Let's just get it over with then.
Alright, let's do this. What?
Oh, you didn't think I could fight?
Go.
Get out of here.
Guess I gotta find somebody else.
No one should ever mess with me.
Okay, hi, welcome back. Once again, just in case you're just tuning in, my name's Celine, and this is my co-host Eric, and we're here with Brian Edenholm, school counselor. Yeah.
So, as a counselor, as we were talking about before, what are like some of your awesome stories that you like? Any like big name kids going to any big name universities?
No, I don't know about any big name kids. One of the funnest ones was there was a kid over at Arts and Tech and stuff was thinking that he wasn't going to get to go to college because they didn't have a lot of money, didn't know how they were going to do it, and it's super easy. It's just, hey, all you got to do, fill out the FAFSA, let's go see how much money we can get. We'll turn around things, see if we can get scholarships and stuff. He did it, got a full ride to Western.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, And I'm going, yeah. So, and then I'm on Facebook with him. He's always sending me stuff all the time about what he's doing and stuff. I think he's graduated. Yeah, he graduated just last year. It's awesome. It was so nice seeing it. The other really fun one was like my third year in arts and tech and stuff. There was a group of kids that were pretty funny and stuff. They would film each day. They'd just do something off the wall each day and have something saying for the day and stuff. And then they made a movie at the very end, showing the whole time with pretty much all the kids in the school and stuff. And it was amazing. And then one of the kids that was doing that, he's now working for Congress, interning for one of the senators over at Washington, D.C.
Wow.
So, Mr. Shea, hope to hear from you soon. Ryan Shea was awesome. So, but that was one of the funner ones.
Was this field, like work field, did it ever get competitive at all?
Counseling?
Yeah.
Does it get competitive? I'm kind of a competitive guy.
Right.
So I do sometimes see everything a little bit as competition, to where I want to have the highest grade graduation rate. I want to have kids doing the best. I want to try and get the most money for scholarships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Most kids getting into college, stuff like that. As I've mellowed and gotten older, not looking at that as much, but I still like to see it and stuff. I think it's, it's the reward and stuff when I get to see where you're going to college,
Right.
what scholarships you got and stuff like that. So it's a little bit of competitiveness there.
All right. Well, talking about competitiveness. Oh, that was weird. We're gonna switch to a segment called arm wrestling, and let's see who's a better arm wrestler.
Nice.
I just need new competition. People here aren't good enough.
I feel like beating up someone today.
I'm the arm wrestling king!
Oh, really? Because I think I can beat you.
Okay, fine. Come at me.
Hi, welcome back. As you can see, I was the better arm wrestler in that segment. I'm sorry, Eric.
Nah.
We've come to the end of our show today. We have run out of time. I want to thank you for coming on our show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the audience?
Thank you for having me here. Really love it here. It's a great school. If you have any problems or you don't have any problems, come talk to me. I'd love to talk to you.
He's a great person to talk to. So, all right. Thank you.